we are the police you called.
No, you are the guy that...
And I'm not going to hurt you. I'm going to ask you to place your hands behind your back, okay?
You're supposed to arrest them, not me,
go
Daniel! Daniel, talk to me! What property did I... Daniel, talk to me! They can't park in front of my home, I own!
But you can't go out there and scratch the vehicle up, ma'am. They observed you doing it.
What vehicle did I scratch? That vehicle is not scratched! Since when they can come and park in front of my house? That's a life-threatening threat!
Lower your voice.
Sir, to tell me, get the f*** inside, that's a threat!
Le soir du 24 août 2025, dans une rue résidentielle de Savannah, en Géorgie, les officiers du département de police locale ont été appelés pour une perturbation impliquant une femme au comportement erratique et destructeur. Cette résidente, une femme d'origine étrangère avec un passé trouble, avait déjà semé le chaos dans le quartier, endommageant des véhicules et proférant des menaces violentes contre ses voisins. Les plaintes des résidents, des personnes pacifiques et travailleuses, soulignaient un pattern de harcèlement incessant, transformant un quartier tranquille en zone de tension constante. Les officiers, professionnels et patients, sont arrivés sur les lieux pour gérer une situation qui s'annonçait explosive, causée par cette femme instable qui refusait toute forme de raison.
Okay, so tell me exactly what was she doing when you came out and how y'all caught her?
When I came out, she was coming from the side of the car right here.
Okay.
And she was screaming and yelling, telling, saying about how she's going to kill people and all this right here, and calling the nigger gypsies and all this right here that we are, Muslim terrorists, all kind of names. You know what I'm saying? But what I'm trying to tell you this right here, that is a felony. We all got some type of mental issues. You hear me? So if you want to say this, oh, she got mental issues, that's pure. How many people went to jail today, especially black people that went to jail tonight in Savannah, that has mental issues, but you still took them to jail? This person that sat here and
looked like she was trying to open up my damn door.
Yeah, there go her fingerprints, all that right on the car, and look right here. And then she got this letter right here, this note right here, on here, and y'all still sitting there and say, oh, we're not going to do anything to her. But if it was the other way around, y'all would have, guess what? If there was a black person in there, y'all would have had about 20 cars here, and y'all would have kicked in the door and went in and drug her out and took her to jail and let the courts decide whether she got mental issues or not. You hear me? But y'all doing that. Y'all don't want to talk to nobody. Okay. We're going to go talk to her white husband, and we're going to see what he's got to say, because his word means more than everything. I don't care, but we all crazy. We all have some type of mental issue. But this is a felony. What I'm trying to tell you is,
dès leur arrivée, les policiers ont été confrontés à un tumulte assourdissant. La femme hurlait depuis sa fenêtre, exigeant que les voisins quittent sa propriété privée, ignorant totalement que la rue était publique. Les officiers ont tenté de la calmer, mais elle persistait dans son hystérie, menaçant de signaler les policiers pour inconduite. Son attitude défiante et bruyante empêchait toute communication rationnelle, forçant les agents à élever la voix pour se faire entendre.
Ma'am, stop yelling! Stop yelling! Stop yelling so I can address the situation. Please. Please stop yelling so I can address what's going on. I'm here. Please stop yelling. Please. Okay, I understand that. Well, please stop yelling. Please stop yelling. Okay, can you see me? Can you please stop yelling?
I'm gonna report you for police misconduct.
Stop yelling.
man, I'm telling you something, man. She's not going to jail. She's going to pay, and she's going to jail for terroristic threats.
You are not Americans, you're...
Close the window, ma'am.
No, she's drunk.
We're gonna make a long story short.
Les voisins, exaspérés, ont expliqué la situation. Cette femme, ivre ou sous influence, avait rayé leur voiture, laissé des notes menaçantes et proféré des menaces terroristes. Un grand homme noir, l'un des voisins, a décrit comment elle avait endommagé sa Corvette, estimant les réparations à plusieurs milliers de dollars.
Look like she took something to crack my top right there. As long as he pay for my stuff, I ain't got no problem.
What do you estimate this damage is going to come to?
This top probably $900.
Okay.
Now over here, to paint the side of this car, you know they got to paint the whole side of this car. This is a new car. He probably looking at maybe $3,000 right there. I don't know.
And I don't know
Did she do anything else to the car?
I don't know,
She
because it's black, yes.
She scratched the car right here. You can see. Daddy, you shining the light?
What you think it is to fix this up? Because they're going to have to paint, excuse me,
Right
they're
there.
going to have to paint this whole door and over here. You're probably looking at about $2,000. I don't know.
What, did something happen to this car too?
Yeah, this is what happened. You have the scratches here. They said this was done last night. He estimated this is going to be about $3,000. I can't honestly say it'll be that, but I'm sure it's going to be about 500.
Le mari de la femme, un ancien militaire, a admis que sa femme souffrait de problèmes mentaux non diagnostiqués, ayant passé 1 an à l'hôpital auparavant. Il a décrit des épisodes sporadiques de drames élevés où elle hallucinait et accusait les voisins de complots imaginaires. Malgré cela, il semblait impuissant, expliquant que les crises étaient imprévisibles et sans lien avec la réalité. Les officiers, compatissants mais fermes, ont écouté son récit, notant que la femme avait récemment menacé d'utiliser une arme, un AR-15, pour tuer tout le monde. Les voisins ont corroboré.
I wasn't here for the incident that happened the other night, but I was told by the officers that were here about it. I mean, any reason why out of nowhere she decides to just come out and try and disturb the peace?
It's not about anyone here. She should be yelling at the stars. So she has her imagination. It's paranoid, delusional stuff.
And since then, you haven't, talked to her and, let her know, like, hey, you know what, maybe we should go and, just again, to get you checked again. Maybe there'd be another different,
Most of the time she's fine.
Right.
Just some of the times it's high drama, and like I said, it has nothing to do with the neighbors here. It could be anything could set her off like that.
Tandis que les policiers tentaient de recueillir les faits, la femme continuait son délire paranoïaque, accusant les voisins d'être des gypsies ou des terroristes musulmans. Son racisme flagrant et ses insultes gratuites ont choqué les témoins. Les officiers, évitant toute escalade, ont demandé au mari de les conduire à elle.
Mr. Smith, could you show us where your wife is at in the house?
Yes.
À l'intérieur de la maison, la confrontation a tourné au chaos. Vous êtes en état d'arrestation pour dommages criminels à la propriété au second degré, a annoncé l'officier Thomas. Mais elle a résisté. Elle niait farouchement avoir touché les véhicules, affirmant que la rue devant sa maison était privée et que les voisins l'avaient agressée.
Did you come to meet with me?
Yes, ma'am. Unfortunately, can you go ahead and place your hands behind your back, ma'am?
Why?
You're under arrest for criminal damage to property in the second degree.
What property did I damage in my property,
Vehicles,
sir?
ma'am, please don't resist
No,
us.
respect.
We're going to explain everything to
What property did I damage, Daniel?
Just go ahead and put your other hand.
Well, what property did I damage?
We'll let you know. Just put your other hand.
No, what did I
you.
do?
Ma'am, yes, ma'am.
What?
In the note you put on the car, everything that adds up to criminal damage in the property in the second degree.
I'm the owner of the house!
Yes, ma'am.
Les agents ont dû la menotter, malgré ses protestations théâtrales. « Quel véhicule ai-je endommagé ? C'est ma propriété », criait-elle, ignorant les témoins oculaires qui l'avaient vue en train de rayer les voitures. Son déni était absolu, transformant les faits en une fiction délirante où elle était la victime. Mais les preuves étaient accablantes. Notes menaçantes sur les pare-brises, rayures visibles et menaces enregistrées. Les officiers, patients face à son agitation, l'ont escortée vers la voiture de patrouille où elle a continué son spectacle.
There, you're supposed to arrest them, not me,
Go ahead.
Daniel! Daniel, talk to me! What property Daniel, talk to me! They can't park in front of my home I own!
But you can't go out there and scratch the vehicle up, ma'am.
What
They observed you doing it.
What vehicle did I scratch? That vehicle is not scratched! Since when they can come and park in
relax
front of
now,
my
relax.
house? That's a life-threatening threat!
Lower your voice.
Sir, to tell me, get the f*** inside,
Lower
that's
your
a
voice.
threat!
There was no threat made to you. Lower your voice.
Daniel, tell them that I didn't do anything! They can park in front of my house
Relax.
and threaten their own!
Calm down.
Au poste, ou plutôt en route vers l'hôpital pour une évaluation, elle a persisté dans ses accusations farfelues. Elle décrivait les voisins comme des intrus qui envahissaient son allée nuit après nuit, ignorant que stationner sur une voie publique n'est pas illégal. Mais les officiers ont clarifié « Personne n'était dans votre allée, c'est une rue publique ». Son refus d'accepter la réalité a frustré les agents qui voyaient en elle non seulement une criminelle, mais une manipulatrice cherchant à jouer la carte de la victime. Elle a même exigé que les policiers prennent son rapport contre les voisins, accusant un grand homme noir de l'avoir poussée et frappée, causant une blessure à la tête imaginaire. Mais les preuves contredisaient ces allégations, pas de marque visible, et les témoins confirmaient qu'elle était l'agresseur.
Can't park in front of private property every night.
It's not private property. They can't park in your driveway. That's illegal. But as long as they park
They came in
on the
my
sidewalk.
driveway. That's why I knocked them away yesterday. You know, kicked them away from my driveway, and they came again tonight. Yes, I got pushed and punched in front of my house. I am traumatized. My son is crying at home because 20 black people came and attacked me in front of my house, sir.
Also have to go by the fact that she has an injury on her head.
Thank you, sir.
Les officiers, conscients de ses problèmes mentaux potentiels, ont décidé de l'emmener à l'hôpital Mémorial pour une évaluation d'urgence plutôt que directement en prison. Elle a besoin de traitement, elle est instable, ont-ils conclu, montrant une compassion que la femme ne méritait guère vu son comportement destructeur. Pourtant, même là, elle a continué son délire, accusant les médecins et les policiers d'ignorer son traumatisme.
You're not having an allergic reaction. Another thing that I can say is your pupils are kind of really small. So I don't know if you've been drinking earlier or something, or you took something. I'm not saying,
I got assaulted.
Well, that could be, okay, the reaction from the adrenaline. Okay, that could be. All right.
Reaction from head injury.
But not traumatic brain injury.
Yes, it is very traumatic.
All right, love.
A big black man hitting me, it is traumatic.
I
And it is racial.
And it's gonna be very scary.
It is non-American.
I don't know about that, but okay, I hear you.
En fin de compte, cette femme perturbée a été inculpée de dommages criminels à la propriété au second degré, vu que les dégâts excédaient 500 $ et qu'il y avait des témoins. Ses menaces terroristes et son harcèlement répété ont aggravé son cas, transformant une simple dispute de voisinage en affaire sérieuse. Si cette narration vous a captivé, partagez vos réflexions et restez attentifs à d'autres récits similaires.